It's your boy Jamar back with another video. Back with another banger. Today I'm reviewing Sistas Season 10, Episode 8, entitled Best Laid Plans. And this episode was kind of boring. Like, it's another filler episode. Are we surprised? I mean, this whole season has been filler since it started. No shade. But, you know, we're just hoping and praying it gets better in the second half because this first half was a chop. But I mean, I know there's only 3 episodes left of the first half of the season, but so far it's been a chop. But let's get right into it. This episode starts off with Clarissa, Danny's therapist, and Danny are talking about, the situation and everything. And we sit through a long, felt like 10, I think it was a 10-minute scene of Danny and her therapist talking for a long time. Oh my God, it probably was 10 minutes, probably a little over that. But basically, they kept talking about the situation, and what they got out of it was finally Danny admitted to Clarissa that it was a cop who did something to her, and that's why they couldn't call the police. But Clarissa was basically telling her that this is not her fault, because then he kept trying to blame herself, saying, well, maybe I keep pushing this on me because of the guy in college, Jonah, and now this guy. And then she's like, stop it, this is not your fault, and this guy that did this to you deserves to go down, and this and that and the third. So then we go to Cheyenne getting ready for her date with Hayden, and she's going through Andy's closet, and Andy's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm looking for a date because, I'm going out tonight. I mean, I'm looking for some clothes because I'm going out tonight. And Andy's like, you're tripping, girl, put my clothes back, whatever. So then later on, Andy's mom ends up calling her and basically asking her how things doing with her and Cheyenne. And she basically convinces Andy to get along better with Cheyenne because this ain't gonna work. So then Andy goes back and has a change of heart and lets Cheyenne borrow her dress and earrings. And basically, she asks Cheyenne who she's going out with, and she basically says it's Hayden. And that's when Andy starts freaking out, saying, Cheyenne, you cannot go out with Hayden. And then Cheyenne's just basically like, girl, but I'm going out with Hayden. So then Dr. Vaughn comes by later to pick up Andy for their day, and they go on their little date. So then we go to the juice bar with Rich and Madison. They're talking and flirting, and he's basically mentioning the fact that, she bought the gym from Zach, and, that he wants to introduce Zach and Fatima to her because they're good peoples. And then she's like, she'll be down for that or whatever, and she walks away. That's that. So then Danny goes to see Maurice and Pam. And they asked Danny, has she seen Sabrina? She said not yet. She's trying to figure out what's going on. So then that's when Pam tells Danny that Maurice quit his job, so now they can focus more on the salon and stuff. So then Danny finally goes to see Sabrina, and she breaks down crying. And then that's when a social worker comes in asking her, do she know the next of kin? And she basically tells her that Sabrina was raised by her grandmother, and her grandmother passed away, and that's the only family member she was close with. So then that's when she's saying that, well, she can't do a court-appointed order to become her next of kin, but in the meantime, she needs to be looking for her family members. So then that's when Maurice goes by her later on to see Danny at the hospital crying, and he basically comforts her and talks about the good memories and this and that and there. So then Fatima's at the crib trying to get answers about who bombed Andy's car. And I'm like, oh, really, Fatima? This is how you feeling? So then, but then when Zach walks in, she pretends that Andy had called. She has to run to the office, but she'll be back later. So she had ran out of there. Then Andy gets a call from Detective Cruz. Not Detective Cruz. That detective, I forgot his name. But she got a call from him, and he basically said he needs to talk to her urgently because about, the bombing situation, this and that. And she sets a meeting for him to meet him up tomorrow at 9 in the morning. So then Hayden and Cheyenne go on their little date, and the episode cuts off. So then that was the end of this episode. Like I said, it was really a bunch of nothing. And I'll see you guys next week for episode 9.